So this is about Adida's love relationship with every non-human being. He had a love relationship with everything living in or around the sanctuary. The fish, the camels, the birds, the chameleons, even the trees. And when any zoo animal died, or any animal that was on the sanctuary, we always did a vigil for them. He said that most animals have an easier time contemplating him than we did. They're more capable of contemplating him than we are. He said they exhibit a kind of natural predisposition to contemplate, to feel beyond, even beyond waking, dreaming, and sleeping, to a depth domain. So sometimes when you think your cat is sleeping, it's not. One year we had a turkey that he named Gobble, because every day around noon the devotees would chant, and he would waddle all the way down from the zoo to join the chanting, and he would gobble right on, well, I don't know about right on tune, but with the same rhythm as the chanting, and he loved it. So when he died, he was buried in this zoo graveyard. It's a gravesite for animals, and then we did a vigil for him too.
What exactly is a vigil?
The vigil is a period of time when the animal or the human, whoever's died, transitions out of the physical body, and then eventually out of the subtle body, like two transitions. So for a human it might take up to 3 days, for an animal less, but to make sure that that transition happens, we stay with the person or the animal and make a holy place around it, so that they're carried by the divine. If you don't do that, and the person, for instance, gets stuck and can't keep releasing and can't keep moving, they become what we call a ghost, hang around for years and years. It's a waste of time. So that's why we did a vigil for every person and every animal that died. We're devotees. He said a beautiful statement that at heart all are one. At heart, a human being is not the slightest bit different from the reptiles, the birds, the former dinosaurs, the elephants, the plants, the trees, the wind, the sky, and the microbes. Apart from their function in conditionality, all beings are the same. Human beings are not uniquely to be saved. All beings, even all of conditional manifestation, is the sphere of my work. I do not make the slightest jot of distinction between a human being and any other form or appearance. There is none to be made. Bhagavan also had a very playful relationship with the pet birds that had been given to him on the island of Naitamba, and they were really pets. They lived in his house and around his house and so forth. And so in the evenings, frequently I was called over to Adida's house to massage it, before he retired. Sometimes it was with another lady, and sometimes I was just alone. Now, one night I was massaging I was working on his hand. He was lying on his stomach, and there were two birds in his living room, loose, and that he played with. And one was this called Kula. There's a red-collared lorikeet, like a little parrot. This cute, a bright-colored parrot. And he was an absolute clown. I never saw a bird do this. He would play with the ball on the floor, and then he would grab the ball and roll over on his back and play with it like a kitten plays with something. I never saw a bird roll over on his back before. I mean, he was really, he had us all in stitches all the time. He was such a character, crazy character. Well, anyway, this bird, this Kula, he ran up. He hopped on the bed, the bottom of the bed, wanted to see what I was doing with Adidas. So then he ran up to his leg and his back, and he ran down the arm to where I was working on the hand, and really had to look at what I was doing if I wasn't harming him or anything. And so after he checked me out, I guess he okayed me, and then he went back. But I was always very amused by that. He always had us in stitches, that little bird. The other bird was a parrot, let's see, an African gray named Sakshi. The smaller, brilliantly colored, no, this was the bigger bird. This is the bigger parrot, yeah. Gray bird with a little red tail. So Sakshi was a female, and she was very, very jealous of Adida. And she was jealous of all other females of any species coming into Adida's room. Often when a woman walked in, she would fly all the way over to her and muss her hair, or pull her clothes, or hassle her so much that she had to leave. Pester them. When parrot bedtime came along, each of these two parrots would jump on his bed, run up his belly, and kiss him goodnight on the mouth, and he would kiss them back. It was very, very sweet. Once Adida visited the aviary where they kept the birds at the Fear No More Zoo on the Sanctuary in California, with several other devotees. There were two in a cage called Flash and Matches. These were bright red, Indonesian red lories. They're about that large, that size. He talked to them in his own way, and after talking to them for a while, he turned around and said to the devotees, "They think what people say is just gobbledygook." Something about this story summarizes Bhagavan's relationship to the non-humans among us.